Eat your veggies here with a walkthrough of Bike Rivals from level 1 to level 10. So starting with level 1, this is a really introductory level. There's not much to expect here other than sort of learning the style of the game, getting comfortable with leaning forward and backward, although you could pretty much stay flat through the entire duration of the level. Now there was some air time, that would have given me a chance to do a backflip. Right there I probably could have fit in another backflip. The reason you want to pull off backflips and front flips is that it boosts your nitro. So going into level 2, you may actually need to do so to get 3 stars. Now here you're going to want to go forward and then tap on the left side of the screen to hit the brakes, and then when you get to the bottom, door opens, you're out and through. Go around the loop, stay relatively level, not leaning forward or back too much. Here you could definitely pull off a backflip, get yourself a little nitro, and then you can hit the nitro going into this loop. Coming around the loop, the trap door flips open automatically, and you catch a little air going up here. You can definitely fit in a backflip there, although you won't be able to use the nitro before the finish. Starting off with level 3, you've got to hold the gas and the brake simultaneously and do a burnout, and I led that directly into 2 front flips to give me a little extra nitro, and then right there you grab this nitro and you've got to hit it immediately to get you over the gap. And I pulled off a backflip, a late backflip, to give myself a little extra nitro there. And then into a couple of loops, you'll want to keep your weight kind of leaned back, and then this big jump here, you'll be able to fit in a double backflip before the boulder comes down, and then you can hit that nitro, which will land you right at the bottom where the finish line is. Level 4 starts you off with this little plank of wood that droops and launches you into some water rafts. I was able to fit a front flip in before the first raft and then launch myself into a second front flip. Then up you go, you'll be able to fit in a flip and you'll bump that boulder, races you to the bottom, and here you'll want to lean back. That little gap is kind of tricky and it'll try to snag your front wheel. And then power across here, full blast, and you are at the home stretch. Level 5 starts you off across a crazy little bridge that bumps your tires, but as long as you can stay balanced, you'll be okay. And then across these little bridges and up into a loop with a distracting spinning thing, distracting you from the fact that here you have to lean back as you break through, otherwise you will smash your face directly into the ground. And then through the checkpoint and up this little spine ramp, you can pull off a small little backflip there, and then coming down you are going to cross a gap where you actually can't go too fast, otherwise it'll take your head off. So you'll want to release the throttle just before you reach the end of that jump. Level 6 happens to be a fun one. It starts you off straight into a loop and then sends you down through a little bump, and then here you'll want to lean back, knock these things over, but take your time. Don't try to rush through it too quick, otherwise you'll launch yourself into the ceiling. Through the checkpoint you'll get this nitro, hit it immediately because you've got to beat that boulder. If you go too slow you won't beat it. Pull off a little backflip and then lean back and kick yourself against that wall. Straight against the wall, bounce back and lean forward to level yourself out, and then ride this little thing down and straight across to the finish line. Level 7 starts you off with this little kicker ramp, and then you want to land and you want to stop and hold the brakes in the middle of this metal platform that goes across this gear-based conveyor belt. Then you got to jump yourself off, leading into 2 loops, and from here the level stays pretty simple. Got a couple of loops, got a little jump there. Most of the jumps are going to be uphill, so you'll think you have time to get a flip in. Right there you'd have time to get a flip in, but then coming up here might be a little tricky, and to be honest, the level is almost over. You pick up this nitro, you can launch your way up, and you have time for a flip, but you don't land, because that's the finish line. My run for level 8's not very good, but I tried to power across, kick myself off that, and launch my way across to save a little bit of time instead of riding the boat. And then coming through here, you've got to stay slow, otherwise you're going to hit your head. So you got to kind of work your way at a medium pace, and then you land back on your boat. And to be honest, I'm not sure what that nitro is all about. I didn't figure out a way to get it, but I only played the level 1 time. And then coming through here, you're going to want to launch your way across. I could have done so much earlier, and then that will actually unlock you multiplayer. You'll be far enough along in the game. Now level 9 starts you off with this little teeter-totter, and then you work your way across and get hit in the face with some tires. When you come across to here, you want to stop on this little platform, hold the brakes. It's going to swing you across, and then you power your way off, fly through the air. I definitely could have fit in a double backflip there. That brings you to the checkpoint, and then you launch off another ramp where you have time for a flip, and you can hit that nitro. This will bring you down and up into this tiny little loop, so you got to lean back there, otherwise you're not going to make it. It's a bit tight. And then you get kicked up here to the finish line. You'll find that you spend the entirety of level 10 in this weird little hamster wheel, and this is all about going the right speed. You just want to go fast enough that you stay in front of the center of the wheel. If you go too fast, you'll spin around and do a flip, which won't get you anywhere. If anything, you'll land on your head, and you'll be done. You'll have to start over. The water level rises here and pushes you up, but you'll need a little extra nudge to get your way over the lip there. And then coming across here, things stay pretty simple. You get kicked over to the finish line, in which case you may crash like I did, but at least you have enough momentum to make it all the way. Alright guys, please subscribe. I've got levels 11 through 20 coming soon.